Life shouldn't be hard. Life should be a fun-filled adventure every day. So now start joining up dots. Tap into your talents, your skills, your God-given gifts, and tell your boss, you don't deserve me. I'm out of here. It's time for you to smash that alarm clock and start getting the dream business and life you, well, of course, are dreaming of. Let's join your host, David Ralph, from the back of his garden in the UK, or wherever he might be today, with another jammed-packed episode of the #1 hit podcast, Join Up Dots.
Yes, hello there. Good morning, and good morning to you all. Hello. How are we doing? How is life? How are we feeling sexy? Are we feeling sexy? Are we feeling inspired? Are we feeling motivated? Are we feeling the person next to us? No, there's rules against that unless they ask for it. Unless they, do you know, I don't actually know now because I've heard so many people who have got into trouble recently with kind of sexual harassment in an office. In my day, it was just blatant. You could just go up to somebody and say, do you fancy a drink on Friday night? It was fine. Now you go up to somebody and say, you fancy a drink? And you're reported. How does anyone get to meet anyone anymore? I don't know. Let me know. I'll do a whole show on it. I'll give you the rules of how to find people and connect with them without it being groping and harassment. That's what I'm going to do. I bring the content to you that you people want, or maybe it's more that I want, and I'm just intrigued. Anyway, good morning to you all. A few weeks ago I did an episode, I can't even remember what it was called, but it was based around how to build up unstoppable habits. A lot of you out there connect with me and they say, yeah, no, I'm motivated when I'm not motivated, and I gave a brilliant, it was Emmy award winning podcast about how to create habits that you can't break. And in summary, it was basically get a big calendar on your wall, and every day you go to do something, tick it off, and then when you break, you're just trying to get a chain going, and once you get a chain going, your mind goes into overdrive and goes, look, I've done all this effort to get that chain going, let's keep it going. And that's how you do it. And following on from that, I've had a guy connect with me, and I can't find the email. No, I can't. But his name was Nick Busby. And Nick Busby basically said, and I'm now going to be paraphrasing. I do apologise, Nick, but I can't find it for love nor money. He said, basically, David, you sexy individual. I might have added that bit myself, but hey, it would have been in there somewhere. You know, everybody starts an email with the sexy team or the sexy podcaster or the sexy. Yeah, bring it on. That's what I want. He said, sexy David, I want to get fit. I want to build success in my life, but I'm struggling to get going. How can you sort of like, you know, get things going in your own life? And I thought about this because I thought, right, I'm in the process at the moment of building myself up physically. I realised I had to go and carry a couple of car batteries, and they're not great big things, are they, car batteries? And I picked it up and I thought, my God, I've got no body strength. I've got no strength in the top of my body. I've got to do something about that. And I've developed a lifestyle for myself where, you know, it's not like the old days that you're fighting a saber-toothed tiger and you're lifting up heavy stuff. I don't do any heavy lifting at all. So the top of my body has kind of lost all its strength. Now, I'm not aiming to be Wolverine. I can tell you I'm not aiming to be Wolverine, but what I am aiming for is, you know, to be able to be physically stronger. And the stronger you are, the less injuries you're going to get. So it's a win-win. So I thought to myself, and this is to you, Nick. So this is why I'm telling you this story. This is how you build up to things. Is I thought to myself, right, I'm going to do press-ups. I'm going to do press-ups every morning. And I start with 20, easy. Well, I went down on the floor. I did 3. I couldn't do them. I thought, my God, I can't even do 10. This is pathetic. I need to do something about it. And so the next day I thought, right, what I'm going to do, I'm going to really get into it and mind over matter. I'm going to make sure that this happens. And so I get on the floor and I went 1, 2, 3, and my left shoulder kind of collapsed on itself. And I thought, okay, I've got a problem here. I'm not strong enough to even do 3 or 4 press-ups. I know. You wouldn't believe it. Looking at my body, looking at my physique. And so I had to go a different way. And this is what I'm bringing to you, because this is this has changed. This has transformed. I'm now doing over 300 press-ups a day. I know you're going to say to me, David, but how do you do that? Hang on. I've got time to kill here. It's my podcast, but I'm going to tell you. I realise that when you're starting to do something, you can build up the chain, as we were talking about earlier, but it's also good to link something you want to do to something you already have to do, okay? So, for example, when I started cycling, I realised that the best way of doing it was getting rid of my car, and so I didn't have any option other than to cycle. If I needed to go somewhere, I would get on my bike and cycle. So I kind of built in fitness because I had to do it. Now, press-ups is a bit more difficult. So I looked at it and I went on YouTube and I found this guy and he was saying, right, what you need to do, you need to build up on it and do half press-ups, which are against the door. So you're not putting all your body weight on the floor, you're doing it on half the door. And so I go into the shower in the morning and as soon as I close the door, get myself naked, yes, steady yourself, ladies, but yes, there is a time. And I lean against the bathroom door with my feet basically on the bottom of the toilet. And I do press-ups. Now, I started and I did 10 and it killed me. And then I do 12 and 13. And over a period of time, I'm now up to 50. I do 50. Then I get in the shower. And then when I get out again, before I leave the bathroom, I do another 50, all on the door. And little by little, I've been building up the muscles in my shoulders to now I can get onto the floor and I'm doing 10 to 15 on the floor. So it's not brilliant, but combined, every time I go into the toilet, and it doesn't matter where you are, you can do this. Nobody knows because you're in the toilet, and you can do some fitness. You can do press-ups. And so I don't know how many times I go in to toilet, you know, it's not like I got a bloody yeast infection, you know. I'm not suffering from cystitis, but I must go in 6 or 7 times. Yeah, all right, 6 or 7 times in a whole day. Is that, yeah? And a couple of those might be, oh, I might need to later. Let's squeeze one out. Did you say that to your kids and your family before you go on a drive? Make sure you go beforehand, you know, go in and squeeze one out. And so I walk past and I think, oh, I might not get the chance. I go again. And so every time I go in there, I do press-ups against a wall. And now I'm at about 300 to 400 press-ups and I'm moving from the door ones onto the floor. And so that's what you can do, Nick. You can look at something that you want to do and think about things that you've got to do and then add it on. So if you have to, you know, go to your school, doing the school walk, the kids are going to complain, but instead of doing the drive like they do, like all women do, have you noticed women, if you see the biggest 4x4 out there, the biggest people carrier, it's always got the smallest kid in the back and the woman wearing sunglasses, even if it's winter. Have you seen that? What is it about 4x4 women drivers that they have to take the smallest kid to school in the biggest car and wear sunglasses no matter what time of year? It's madness. You start looking out at it, you see a tiny little kid get out of the back, looks like Stuart Little, and the mum is sitting there with sunglasses looking like a large fly, and stopping everybody else getting through. So instead of doing that, think to yourself, okay, can I do the walk instead? And you can build it up. And then once you've got that going, you can then add a little bit more to it, and that's how you build success and motivation. It's not a case about trying to squeeze it in where it's not possible. And I think that's the problem. People get up and the first day they go, oh, I'm going to set my alarm for 3 hours earlier and I'm going to be really motivated. And they get up and then the next day they think, oh, sod this, I can't be bothered. And then they stop. Try and find what you're doing and then add something else to it. It might be that you make a cup of tea 6 times a day. Every time you do it, lean on the kitchen door, do some press-ups. It could be the case that I don't know what you do in your lifetime. You might make love 6 times a day. I don't know. But that's exercise in its own. Okay, that would be stupid. If you've got some woman in bed or some man in bed and you start doing press-ups over him, I'd like to see that. If you want to share that kind of thing, joinupdots@gmail.com. You can send it through to me. But that'd be a bit weird. But you go, oh, hang on, I just detach myself and do 10 press-ups. Very, very strange. So Nick Busby, thank you very much for your email. And that's how I start adding things to my life, so that I find things that I'm doing and then add something onto it. And I think the toilet is great because you're locked away. No one sees you. It's not embarrassing. And you can just, lean on a door, lean on the wall or whatever, and get a bit of exercise before you move out into showing the world that you're doing it. And now I can't walk past a mirror without flexing. That's the way to be. At my age, whoa, I'm hot and sexy. Anyway, so any other questions, drop us a line, but it can be about business, it can be about motivation, it can be health. It's the whole package. Once you get all the 3 or 4 elements to the lifestyle creation coming through you, then things become easier. You don't build a successful business unless you build a successful you. And once you build a successful you, then you've got more energy to do other stuff. It all, the dots join up. You see what I'm saying? The dots join up. So send your questions through to joinupdots@gmail.com and I will answer them. But that's how I'm doing it. That's how I'm up to 400, 500, maybe 1 million press-ups a day. And the next time I'm on top of the wife, I'm going to do that and see what she says. And I'll send you all the video, okay? Every single one of you can come across and download that sexy little lead magnet. Until next time, I will see you again. You look after yourselves. Stay sexy. And I'll see you again. Cheers. See ya. Bye-bye.
That's the end of Join Up Dots. You've heard the conversation. Now it's time for you to start taking massive action. Create your future, create your life. It's the only life you've got. And we'll be back again real soon. Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots, Join Up Dots. Join up dots.